barbershop conversations. Don't forget Checks and Balances is out now. But I want to show you my old neighborhood. This is Figueroa, where I grew up at, right? Florence and Figueroa, because I think I need to give it proper perspective. You see, that's Figueroa, right? Florence and Figueroa. This is where I grew up at. And I grew up maybe a half a block from there, but I'm gonna show you guys right now, and so you guys can understand my perspective in terms of my mindset and my personal accountability. This is Florence and, well, Figueroa is the whole stroll here in LA. It's, I don't know what it is in your city, but this is the Blade, where all the pimps, drugs, hoes, where everything goes down. And now you can understand why I'm so hell-bent on terms of being completely 100% against it. But I'm gonna show you my old house, and I'm gonna pull over. Hopefully it's no park. I'm gonna pull over across the street from it. See, there you go, the whole stroll. You see, that's the whole stroll. See? And this is where I grew, literally where I grew up at. And I'm gonna pull over so you can see the house where I grew up at, 656 West Florence Avenue. Okay, I'm gonna pull over right here. Here it is, right here. This is where I grew up at, right here. Right here. This was, let me pull it in park. This was a club. This was basically like your dive spot for black ballers, where the black drug dealers, the black pimps, and where they came. And it was a topless club right here, where they selling all the stuff. And right next to it, where it says Emily's, see if I can pull up in front. Maybe I can pull up in front so you guys, because I really want y'all to get perspective on where I live. And yeah, I can, hopefully I can. There's nobody in front of that truck, but give y'all perspective about believing in yourself. Okay, I can pull over right here. Pull up in front. I grew up on Florence and Hoover, man. 656 West Florence Avenue. But this is gonna give you proper perspective, and I don't have time to edit it. So see where this black iron rod gate is, where it says 658? That's where I grew up at, from 7th grade to 10th grade, I believe. And the green building where the man is sitting out front, that was my stepfather's shoe shine place. He was a cobbler. He was a shoe repair man. And in the back was a house. In the back, if you guys can see it, was a back house. And my mom had remarried, and he died my 10th grade year, which was 92, 93, because my aunt died in 92, just after the riots. And because his paperwork wasn't in order, he was a great man. I can honestly say he was a very good man, but he didn't have enough time with me. You know what I mean? But the blessing came. They had to sell the house, but it went in probate. And to my knowledge, it had to be split between his ex-wife and the kids and my mom. And so they went to probate on this house. And the last 6 months, I went to Washington High School. My last 6 months, you see the whole stroll, you see? So I grew up around all this shit. You see the white girl? And I'm not bragging about it. I'm not glorifying it, because we shouldn't. But I'm just telling you guys, the decisions you make will directly impact you. I chose not to do drugs. I chose not to join a gang. I chose not to be a pimp. The pimp house was literally right next to my house. I could have indoctrinated myself so easy, man. He would give me clothes, and he was a baller. You know, I forget the man's name, but he was a baller. I'm not sure if he's still alive, but it was called the Music House, the Music Club. You guys got to Google it. And that's what it was. But the last 6 months, I was kicked out of Washington High School, right? And I had to go to Fremont. For 3 to 6 months, I lived in this house without water or electricity, because the house was in probate. And I don't know, my mom didn't have a job, either of the two, but I knew she couldn't afford it, you know, because his name was Wiley Washington. He paid all the bills in the house, to my understanding. And that's the reality of it, man. I stayed right here, right in the whole stroll, right in the meat of it. You understand? And you say, why do I hold black men accountable? This is why I hold black men accountable, because I went from a house being in probate, literally living 3 to 6 months without water or electricity. I remember I had to go next door. They had chickens, and I would fill up a bucket with water so I can poop in it and pee in it. I remember it vividly. And I would go right there to Florence and Hoover and catch the bus to Washington, and then I would walk from Florence, or I would catch the bus right there on Figueroa to San Pedro and go to Fremont, you know what I mean? And then we moved to the west side, and I went to Venice High School my 11th and 12th grade year. So when you guys say, Fred, why are you so hard on black men? Because I know we can make it. I literally had to mind my own business. By the 9th, 10th, 11th grade, there's nothing my mom could do with me. You know what I mean? She couldn't whoop me. She couldn't hit me. I didn't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, all we had was the level of respect. So if I can go from this to being worth millions, it's nothing you can do. You know, now y'all got the internet, y'all got anything you can do. You literally can make handful of thousands of dollars from your phone in a car. So bet and believe in yourself. And now we got entrepreneurs here. You know, it's still a shop. You know, I wish this family well, but this is it, man. A half a block from the Hostro, that's where I live. You know, and that's why I despise drug dealers, gangbangers, because I know what it does to a community. And these pimps and all this shit, I know what it does to a community. So anyways, that's my life. And is the liquor store still there? The liquor store may still be there. There was Koreans there. The liquor store may still be there, but it may be a new owner. But anyways, that's my life. And now I own 2 buildings on Florence or just off of Florence. That's why I keep on betting on yourself, young men, young women. Hopefully you guys are inspired by this story, but this is the truest shit. You guys saw hoes walk by. It was, you know, on this side of the street. It's probably drug dealers walking by. It's a lot of traffic, high density area. You know what I mean? And it's been the same like this since '92. And that's why I can't vote for Karen Bass or Maxine Waters, because it's the same fucking energy. If you can't change something in 40 years, why should you get reelected? Anyways, a whole nother topic. Barbershop conversations. Keep on betting and believing yourself. And Checks and Balances is out now. And lastly, if I can go from this to not having water, running water and electricity, to now living in a mansion, there's nothing you can do. Get yourself a fucking island. You know what I mean? I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace, guys. Love y'all. Holla.